guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Primrose, and today we are going to do a houseplant tour. I think the last one was in 2018, so I'm a bit excited to do this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the video. So we are going to start the houseplant tour in this room, and this is, I think, where most of my plants are being displayed. And as you can see, I do not have a very fancy setup, and as much as possible I wanted to show you or explain the situation of the room to you guys, so you will know or you will have an idea of how much light these plants are getting. So this is a south-facing window, and it is so tiny. So we will start right here on the windowsill. So I have a bunch of propagations here happening, but we are not going to get into each one of them because this will not be part of my collection anymore. I have been propagating plants and selling them on Facebook. I mean, that's the only way I can keep this hobby going because it's getting more expensive. And this is a Synchronium Roxanne, so it's new to the collection and it is still trying to recover or acclimatize. And back there is a cactus which I have grown from a starter plant that big, and now it's very tall, and a Polybotrya, a Peperomia, which I got from IKEA years ago, and it started out as small as these ones here. I've taken a lot of leaves off this plant to propagate, and as soon as the temperature drops, the oxalis decided to shed off a lot of leaves. And back there is a Peperomia obtusifolia, a Phalaenopsis Orchid that my husband brought home from work. It's putting out a flower spike. And back there is a Cressula Hobbit, which I will be turning into a little tree, like a bonsai. Right, and let me just, I need to climb up, guys. Right, so this is my Monstera celtipicana. It's climbing up this little bamboo stick, and this is a import, a Syngonium albo. So this was an import from Indonesia, and so far this one is doing really well, and it's producing that half moon variegation. I mean, I get nervous each time my variegated plants would spit out like a solid white leaf, because that could mean it's the end of it. And then back there is a Philodendron Varicosing, which I got from my seller based in the Netherlands for free. And then my Epithelium Angeliger, my Philodendron tortum. So this is new as well. It has been repotted, and I think I can see a little aerial root somewhere there. And up here is an English ivy, my Hoya Caudata silver. It has put out a new leaf and it's looking a little bit purple. And this is a Epithelium or Queen of the Night, which I got from another YouTuber based in the US. when I was just starting getting into houseplant. So I have taken off a lot of cuttings from this and given them to friends, but it hasn't flowered for me yet. And my Hoya Hazeltii, Hoya lacanosa, and this is a Synapsis pictus exotica. So I think next we are going to see the plants here on these shelves. So the middle and the bottom part are some more propagations, which we are not going to get into, but we will start from up there. So this is my Philodendron Varicosing, and I propagated this plant, so that is a new growth right there, and I have another growth point somewhere here, and it's taking its time to grow another one down there. So this is like a result of letting the plant go bone dry for too long, but yeah, that's okay. The new leaves are looking so pretty, and let's put it back there. And this is a Anthurium Grazi. So it's giving me another inflorescence. The inflorescence of this plant is so tiny. I think I have another one somewhere over there. And this is a Clarineurium, another Clarineurium. So I got this first, but it came to me with a damaged leaf, and then that is the replacement. And then this is, hang on, another plant imported from Indonesia. So this is the Paraíso Verde, and this is still one of those old leaves. So it came to me with two leaves. The one died back, and the one that was forming during the transit, it did not come out. It just dropped. And then this is a new leaf, which, hang on, let me put it down, it's a bit heavy. So this developed in my care, and it's a solid green, but I'm not disappointed. I still love the plant. Well, hang on a minute, I'm not sure if you can see that, guys, but it's actually trying to like lighten up parts of the leaves a little bit, like around the edges here. So I'm not so sure if the variegation will come out eventually, but yeah, the mottling variegation obviously is not there, but that is alright. So I have another one, another leaf forming there. Hang on. So that's the Paraíso Verde. Let's put it back. And then this one is my Anthurium Baccharii, a strappy leaf variety Anthurium. It's so pretty. And this is an Philodendron elegans, and it came to me in the summer, and it was just a cutting, and so far the leaves are looking a lot better. So currently it has 3 leaves. Right, those little hanging planters are still propagations, so let's not get into them. Philodendron scandens, and another Anthurium Clarineurium. So this one is a propagation from the mother plant, or the mother stump. Right, so let me show you this one, guys. So I've taken that one off from here, And currently, hang on, can you see that? Oh, this leaf is covering my view. That's it. So I have a growth point there, hang on, and another one down here. So I'm quite excited to see that developed into a little Clarineurium plant. And then a Philodendron mame. So I got this one from an auction on Facebook, and it's looking so pretty, and it was a good price as well. So love this plant. And then my Alocasia black velvet, it's beginning to put out some little roots on top of the soil, so I'm glad to see that, because I repotted this some time ago. And back there is, hang on, I know it's not looking much at the minute. So this is my Anthurium regale, and the leaves are not looking well. So originally I ordered this one and it came to me badly damaged. Some of the leaf broke off, but I think it's gonna recover. The leaves are firm. And then this was sent to me as a replacement. That's not a pest damage, I'm sure. It's just a little bruise during the transit. So the leaves are firm. I think it's been in my care for over a month now. So another Anthurium regale. And my Alocasia Black Infernalis. It's beginning to put out a new leaf. And then back there, hang on, let's turn this a little bit. So there is another import, not doing really well, but it's not dead, so I'm glad about that. So this is a Syngonium. I think this is a Syngonium pink spot. So that is an old leaf, and it's trying to give me this little tiny leaf, and it's taking its time to unfurl, but that is alright. So most of the Syngoniums I imported from Indonesia are beginning to produce aerial roots, and I noticed that once that happens, they grow even faster or recover faster. And then another propagation. I said I'm not going to show you my propagation, but here it is. Another Philodendron tortum, which I'm not going to keep. A baby Birkin. A Syngonium. So this is my collection. A Syngonium macrophyllum. Look at the leaves. To me, it looks more like a philodendron more than a Syngonium. So the leaf pattern of this one is kind of weird. So those are like going onto just the sides. Don't know why. And it started to put out this aerial roots as well. And a Philodendron neon, which was really near the grow light, and it started to turn like a pink color on the new growth. So I moved it back. And then down here is my, what are you? This is a, I can't remember the name. This is a fern. This used to be on my windowsill in the kitchen, but it can shed a lot of those needles. and they just dropped onto my food when I tried to cook. So I chopped off all of the leaves, so these are new growth already. It's still looking a little bit bare. Alright, let's move over here. Is a Philodendron Red Emerald, I think. I can't remember. Or is it an Imperial Red? Right. A huge Monstera deliciosa. So it's been repotted, I think, a week ago. And as you can see, guys, the bottom part is looking so sparse. It was attacked by thrips last year, and I had to cut off all of the bottom leaves because they were not looking so good. So when I repotted it, I've decided to merge them together, this Philodendron Prince of Orange, and just to cover up the empty space down there actually. And also I moved some of the plants here just so I can take advantage of the grow light. And then my Philodendron bipennifolium. So this was sold to me as a golden violin, but it's not looking so neon to me. But the new leaf is yeah, so this is new to my collection as well. And down here, I'm not sure where to start. So this is a, don't mind the empty space at the back. I'm still trying to think what I can put up back there. So this is a Philodendron Hastatum. So this one, it came to me as a replacement for my Philodendron squamiferum, which was badly damaged during the transit, and it is still recovering. And I have some blue star fern. So this is a Tradiscantia Bolivianum. So I was going to throw this plant away, and because it was on a windowsill and it was producing a lot of dried leaves in the summer. So I took it out of the pot, but I did not have time to get rid of it. So it's in this mushroom container. And then a week later, it's starting to look nice. So okay, I'm keeping you. And then a Alocasia poly and another orchid from my husband's work, and it's done blooming now. A Alocasia cuprea, Alocasia stingray. So the purpose of this is that it can cover all of those cables there, but it's not doing the job at the minute. So like I said, my squamiferum, it's taking its time to bounce back, so that's just like a ripped leaf. And this is a kind of experiment. I've put a lot of cuttings here. Brazil, Syngonium Trubii. I have a Monstera celtipicana there, a Syngonium exotica, Marble Queen. So I'm gonna try and trail them up. So this is my dragon scale, and another Synchronium Roxanne, still trying to recover. So I actually have 3 of those. These all came in one pot and it was huge, so I've separated them and made 3 pots. And then another import. So this was under a grow light, and I've noticed that the variegation was a little bit on a green side, so I moved it out from too much bright light. So this is, I think, is a Syngonium Magic or King, Magic King. I can't remember the name, guys, at the minute. Yeah, Three Kings or Magic King. And then another Tradiscantia Bolivianum. So this one, I got a lot of drying leaves. I might as well repot it. Merge it with the other one back there. And this is my Sansevieria corner, Trifasciata. And down there I have a Sansevieria cylindrica bonsal. I know they have been reclassified to Dracaena, but I am going to call them Sansevieria still. I think this is a fernwood that I got from IKEA years ago, and it started out this small for £1, and it's got a bird's nest fern, and it's got a little pop there as well. A Sansevieria Kirkii silver blue. And then this whale fin, it was just a single leaf for a very long time, and then after a year it decided to give me this leaf here. So pretty. And then another import, a Syngonium pink flecked. It's doing really well. So this was under a strong grow light as well. And then I've noticed that it's looking a little bit more on the pink side now, but before it was like a greenish, more like a greenish tone of, with just a little hint of pink. Yeah, this one is not doing very well. So this is an import as well. It's a Syngonium Winlandii, actually unfurled. And so far this one is growing so slow, so it all died back, and those are new growth points, but a slow grower, but it's getting there. Hoya callistophylla, Hoya rotundiflora. It's looking a lot better now. It's a lot perkier. After the repot, some of the leaves just turned yellow. Hoya canigeiana. And what's left of my Hoya bella, it did not ship very well, so I cut them off into a single or double node just to be able to save them. Hoya Hushkiliana, it's so cute. So this I traded with a Callistophylla cutting. Hoya verticillata, Hoya macrophylla variegated, and some Hoya cuttings that I'm trying to grow, get them rooted in leca. Hoya canigeiana cutting. The leaves are no perkier. I cut them off. It's because the leaves were beginning to get really dehydrated after the repot. Some more Hoya bella, and different cuttings. And this is my oldest Hoya variegata, and that's a sunburn when I put it right on a windowsill in the summer. So it's doing pretty well there. It's just been repotted in the summer as well. So I think that's all I have in this room. So we are going to do the bathroom next, and so this is a north facing window, and it is just a small window, so not much light coming through here. And let's start from down here. So this is a Philodendron Grazi. It's been in water. It was in water for nearly a year. When I potted it up in soil, it decided to give me some yellowing leaves. That's okay. it's transitioning. Cuttings of my pothos enjoy in water. And up there, hang on, let me switch the light on, are some more cuttings in water. They've been in water for quite some time now. An old leaf turning yellow. So there is a pothos jade and some marble queen cuttings and some more cuttings there. It's just a mixture of pothos enjoy and Synapsis urgerius. What else? Brazil. So this is my pothos neon. And this one, I have a video of the repot of this one. It lost a bunch of leaves, but it's getting there. And down here we have a, what's your name? Pachira aquatica. So those are just like toothpaste. I know. It needs cleaning up actually. So look at that trunk. It is a fast grower for me. And then up here, oh no, let's start from down here. And this is a, what are you? Majestic Palm, I think. So I got this when I first moved here in the UK. This was gifted to me by my husband's, one of his family member. And it used to be 5 plants in a pot, and it just couldn't hold on to more leaves. So I transferred it in Laka, and hopefully it will hold on to some more leaves and grow a lot better. Alright, over here. So this is from a plant. I got this from a swap. It's a Variegated Maranta. So it was just that leaf, that big leaf, when I got it in the summer. And then I have another one here. Let's bring it down. So I got that one first. And then this was sent to me as a free plant when I made another purchase from my seller based in the Netherlands. And it is so pretty. So pretty. So that's the Marantha. Let me take a look at the name tag. I think I've lost it. Marantha Coviana, I think. So it stays there. And then a little booklet. Another jade pothos cuttings. It's not doing any. It's not improving. A spider plant from my father-in-law. Down here is a Sansevieria Salonika, I think. Synapsis Pictus exotica. So the leaves are a lot larger compared to the Urgerius. Let me go up. And then I have this string of hearts. This is the Variegated Cerapedia. It is looking so sparse. I've took a lot of cuttings from this and given them to friends, and also I propagated a lot for selling. And then another orchid from my husband's work. A Haworthia zebrina. It's putting out a lot of babies. A Haworthia Retusa, I'm not so sure, but it is a Haworthia. So it started with the just little plant right in the middle, and it's filling up the pot nicely. And I think that is an Syngonium Orchid. another Haworthia. So this is just the green version, and my Gasteria. I have harvested a lot of babies of this one, and it is beginning to put out some more. So easy going, that plant. Another Sansevieria bird's nest. It's got a little baby back there. Is it a Cattleya orchid, which I'm trying to save. It's in Lacca. My Variegated Zz Plant. So this is an import as well. And as soon as I received this plant, I took off 2 leaves for a propagation. It was rooting nicely in moss, but I transferred it in soil now. So it took ages to produce roots, and I'm sure it will take longer to actually produce a new growth. So the variegation, it has kept its variegation, which is so pretty. And it looks a bit dusty. So this is my Spanish moss, or Tillandsia or Osmiodes. Right. So it's a bit dark. That's all the plants that we have here in the bathroom. And then we are in the bedroom, guys. So here is my Dracaena Marginata. This is one of my very first plant when I started getting into houseplants 5 years ago. And this was just like an inch from the top of the soil. And back here is my very first pothos. This is a jade pothos. I harvested a lot of cuttings, given them to friends, and yeah. And back there is another Dracaena. Right. So I try to tuck in all the curtains. That way we get more light coming through. And down here, this is my Aspidistra. It was sprawling all over the place, so I had to stake it. A very easy going plant. Another Sansevieria. So this pot here, it's been repotted a week ago. That's why all of those little plants down here are looking a bit sad. And this is a Tradiscantia pallida. So this is my rubber plant, the variegated Ficus elastica teneke, I think the name. And it was not doing well, so I chopped it off, and it gave me this 2 growth. A Synapsis trubii down there, and this is my Siluum, or I think this is Philodendron Sanadu. This is this is a heavy feeder. And then some more succulents, Portulacaria afra, jade, what's the name? Just a few bits, different succulents. A cactus, I think it's called a monstrose, or a monstrous cactus, monster. Maxillaria, moonstone, succulent, variegated beer paw, so that is a propagation. Another Haworthia, I think this is a Retusa as well. I'm not so sure. Hoya Lisa, looking so pretty. It hasn't bloomed for me yet. And then Peperomia Asparula, I think another propagation, a cotyledon or beer paw, but the variegation is right in the middle, and it's like a lime variegation. Peperomia Argyria. looking a bit sparse because I took a lot of leaves of this plant to propagate. Another cactus, I can't remember the name of this one. I think it's a Sedum Vitellina or something. So this is another trailing type of succulent. So in the summer, this top leaves turn a little bit pink, and it's got like a little yellow flowers. A Easter cactus, is it Easter? Yeah, Easter cactus, and a lot of different hanging type of succulents. Sedum golden honey eye, I think, or golden Adolphi. Yeah. A Cressula rupestris, I think. Hang on, it's a bit backlit. So this is one of my favorite guys. I repotted this in the summer and a lot of the stem broke off. That one's a little bit dry, but yeah, so pretty. And then let's move on to here. So this is my Ficus Lorata. It has grown so much. And my Marble Queen Photos trailing down, it's very long now. And then Ficus Benjamina, I repotted it in the summer and it shed off a lot of leaves. Ooh, the sun is out. And then I have some more here. Right, so this is another Philodendron Silver Sword. This one, I've ordered this and it came to me badly bruised. So they sent me a replacement. So I have another one of this in the living room. So you can see. Right, and then my Palia Peperomoides. So I harvested off all of the babies, but it's producing some more. And then let's start here. My Rapidophorae tetrasperma. So this is not a tissue culture version. And I've cut off a lot of this cuttings, took a lot of cuttings, shared it to friends, and then as well as I propagated a few and sold them. But I think this time I'm letting you grow. A Monstera adansonii. So I think I'd have this plant for almost 2 years now, but it took me more than a year to actually figure out how to or learn how to take care of this. So it's looking a lot better. I kept chopping this off to like encourage growth when it was dropping off leaves non-stop. That's why it's looking a bit sparse. So this is a heavy feeder. And then another orchid from my husband's work. And my Begonia maculata. So this was very leggy in the summer. It was very tall. I chopped them off and restarted the plant. And then my Birkin. So the variegation is like so unstable, but I love it. Yeah, so another import, and I think this is a Syngonium Erythrophyl. And when it came to me, the leaves were narrow and frilly, but I placed it under a grow light and it was beginning to put out a wider leaf, which I think it would look like a butterfly syngonium, just like a regular one. So I moved it away, and hopefully it can pick up that narrow leaf form again. So my Aglonema, and this is, just don't mind the sparse part there. This is a Syngonium Erythrophyllum, and an experiment as well. So since that is so dark, and I've decided to put a neon philodendron to trail up with together with this plant. Okay. Right, start from up here. All right, yellowing leaf. So this is my very first Hoya, and it had mealybugs last year, but it's under control now. My gosh, my window is so dirty. And it's a variegated and green version in one pot. So as you can see, guys, all of those plant hangers, I made them myself. Lipismum Bolivianum, another Golem Jade that I am trying to convert into a bonsai tree. I think they are so attractive, those fat trunk. And then a pot of basil, I think this is a basil, and a rosemary from my father-in-law's backyard. So each morning when I wake up, I'm like, I ruffle the leaves, and the scent is so wonderful. It's so calming. Succulent. This is a Cressula Perforata. This, my friend gave this to me. This is a Peperomia Napoleonites, I think. Another Gasteria, and this plant is not doing anything for me, not even a single leaf. So I'm not so sure what to do with this. I repotted it and found out that all of the secondary roots were dried out because I kind of neglected this during the summer. So it's a Plumeria Tree. The only reason I bought this is that growing up, we had a tree right in front of our classroom, and each summer it would bloom, and the scent was just overwhelming. And these are all the cuttings from my Cressula ovata in the middle room. I keep pruning it back to get the trunk to get big, so because I'm trying to grow it as a bonsai tree, a cactus. In the hallway, this is the only plant I have here, a jade pothos, which is in soil, and my candelabra aloe, which is in water. So we don't have a window in the hallway. The only light that it can get is from the bathroom when we open the door. Alright guys, we are in the living room stroke kitchen, and on the table I have this cuttings in water. I have a jade pothos, marble queen pothos, and some pothos in joy. So this area we have two windows. This is a west facing window, which is relatively small as well, and here in my kitchen, this is an east facing window, so small, and we have a building right in front of it. So this space here is not getting so much light, especially in the winter time. So here we have a Norfolk Pine, or the Araucaria, and I have some cuttings in water, marble queen, a dwarf Sansevieria, the green version, and my ZZ plant. Just don't mind the cables, I hate it, but my husband My husband just don't care. And another jade pothos cuttings in water. So up there I have this plant shelf. So a Brazil philodendron, the mother plant of the pothos enjoy. I have some Lipismum propagations, Cattleya indica. So as you can see, guys, I upcycle my ice cream tub because this is plasterboard and we can't put heavy stuff on top. And this is my string of hearts. So this is just a green version of Cerapedia woodii. It's the backlit. Let's start here. And this is a bonsai tree, but I think I need to prune it back now. It's getting tall. Some more orchids. So these are kikis from my orchids and a gift from my husband's auntie. Some air plants, and those are from my father-in-law's vegetable garden. Not a plant, but right. So this is a struggling Philodendron Little Hope. So this is a compact version of Xanadu, I believe. So this was doing well, and then it's been experiencing an extreme dryness because it's in moss. It's dry now, and I tend to forget this all the time. And when I water it, the moss holds up too much moisture, so it's like an extreme of dryness and then lots of water, and I don't like it. So I have to do something about it, but I have to find a time to do that. So this is my plant corner, and let's start with this one here because this was outside. This is a Cymbidium orchid that was growing on a windowsill in the landing area, and I thought I'm gonna enjoy the blooms, so I brought it inside. Also because this was an ugly plant and nobody showed interest, but once the flowers opened, my neighbor, I don't know which one, just decided to cut off a pseudobulb right on the middle of this pot. And the sad thing is that they cut off from right here, which is not going to do anything. The plant will just die because you need to have some roots in order to propagate this one. So as soon as it stops blooming, I have to divide this plant and give some to my friend because it will grow better when it has a lot more space there. Another Dracaena, which I got as a tiny plant. Another Haworthia Zebrina in a little pot. And some, so these are from the mother plant, which is in the bathroom. Some more Gasteria, a very easy going plant. So this is, I can't remember which Sansevieria this one is. I got this from IKEA, and it was just like an inch from the top of the tiny pot, and now it's so long. And my Syngonium, I think this is a neon, Syngonium neon. So this is my very first Syngonium. I got it as a plug that cost me £1. It's just been newly repotted. Another import. So this one, this mottled Syngonium, is doing so well, and it has produced a lot of aerial roots as well. Right. And my Syngonium Aria, so another import. This one, it keeps spitting out like a completely white leaves. It's supposed to be a yellow variegation, but for some reason it's not coming through. And the reason why it's got two leaves, yeah, like I said, it produced a few white leaf and it just died back. Right, another import. So this is my Florida Beauty, and I was a bit disappointed when it came to me because the variegation was just this one and that one, and the top growth died back, I think, when I put it in soil. Oh my gosh, it's bone dry. Right, this plant gave me a scare because after some time I thought it was turning a little bit chlorotic, so I had to look it up, and I found out that it's the variegation comes through when the leaves are like older, and it actually produced some more splash there. Right, so this is an import as well, a Brantianum. I think it is still recovering. It has a lot of empty nodes right along there. And a Begonia snowcap propagation from this mother plant. And another begonia. When I saw this one, I really liked the color. And yeah, it's a begonia autumn ember, so beautiful. Another import. I think this is like a variegated version of Ingern Lima, I'm not so sure. So this came to me with a few needle looking like growth, which eventually fell off. So I'd say it's doing well. It's recovering nicely. And some more plant that I got from swaps. So I think this is a Macodus Petola alba, or no, a Ludicia alba. I'm not sure if that is the Petola or something. Another import. So this one was a tri-lobe or a tri-leafed Syngonium with a green margins on the edges, but the plant died back, and these are like young form. So cute. Right, so this plant wasn't doing really well for me, and I have a video of this when I repotted it in the summertime, but it's been doing really well. So after the repot, I think it was in July, it was just up to here and was looking so sparse, and I would like to think that drying up they grow a lot faster. So I have some more cuttings there in water. And this is, I know guys, I know, let me explain. My variegated Monstera deliciosa. Right, so as you can see, the bottom leaves are doing all right because we never touch those. Let me explain. So that is a new leaf and it's unfurling. It's so cute. So my friend came to take photos of this to put up on her Etsy shop. She is selling prints and all that for frames. And yeah, so we were like plastering these two onto the wall just to be able to get like a really nice capture. I think this one we kind of touch it a bit. So I'm saying guys, if you like to pet your leaves, be sure that your hands be sure that you are not using like a really scented, strong scented hand cream. Yeah. And then another neon pothos, a corn plant down there. My Philodendron Little Fell. So this was a free plant as well from my seller. And I am propagating some piccolo banda leaves there in Lacca. And when I repotted my alocasia dragon scale, some of the bulbs fell off, and yeah, we will see if they are gonna grow into a little plant. So one of those leaves that I taken off from my variegated ZZ plant, Tradiscantia Bolivianum, I think. And this is another silver sword philodendron, the easiest philodendron in my opinion, easiest to take care of. So this was a replacement of the badly damaged one, which is in the bedroom. And my Dracaena Janet Craig, I think the compact version. So I got this as a tiny plant. It's been with me for nearly 3 years. It's a slow growing one, but I like it. I think that is a Dracaena white stripe. A Philodendron Malay Gold. A Syngonium, which I have started from a little plug plant as well. It's a fast grower, but I've noticed that when I swapped my fertilizer into a synthetic, I got this like burning on the leaf. So some plants do react to those kind of things. And then my Tradiscantia zebrina, it's pushed back in that dark shelf, dark corner, but it's coming out. And then my Marantha Coviana, so this is just the green version. Marantha amabilis, it's grown so much. This was a starter plant. So another Sansevieria in the corner, and some more cuttings here. A jade pothos, and then some enjoy pothos. So I try to keep them like small, so I cut them back when they get longer, those that are in water. Some more jade pothos in water, and then those plants here that I tend to neglect because they are difficult to get into. A jade pothos in soil. I have a cutting from my marble queen pothos in water, a aloe in water as well, and then I have those little cuttings. Is that, I think that's a neon philodendron and Aglonema Crete, I think. So this is my Synapsis Pictus Argerius. It wasn't doing very well after the repot. I repotted it in the summer, and it's been like a few months now. And 3 days ago, I've decided to transfer it in Lacca, and it has recovered so well, because all of the leaves were like curling down like that. So it's getting there. But at least I think it's like 95% of the plant has recovered. And then another ice cream tub over there. So this is a Sedum Organianum. It can get more compact if it's being grown outside under a direct sunlight, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's been doing beautifully. This has been cut back in the summer because it was up to here, and I think that's another type of sedum. I got this from a YouTuber based in Greece. Olga, if you're watching, it's growing. And some curly epiphyllum. I have a Peperomia Hope, a Portulacaria afra, the variegated version, and a what are you? Euphorbia, which I got from a flea market when I visited Rome. So this was this small when I first got it. So the stem is red, but the leaves are like purple, so beautiful. And the cactus, which I have grown, so it was this tiny, just that chunk there. And it filled up the pot really nicely. I think it's been with me for 5 years now. Hang on. Right, so this is, it's too bright. So this is the mother plant of my cotyledon. This is the variegated version. I love it. And then the small leafed variety of the ovara. And this is the dwarf version of the Cressula ovara. And this is the mother plant. So I've been chopping it off. Hang on, let me get that out of the way. I like that fat trunk. So I'm turning it into a bonsai tree. So it was damaged by mealybugs last year. And yeah, so those are new leaves now. I can still see some remnants there of the damaged leaves, and sometimes I can still pick up some, hang on, white stuff there, but they have dried up. And another Cressula Perforata. So this is the mother plant. It used to be variegated, so I think it's reverted. And hang on, let's take a look at this one. Palia Glocka. So it died back. It was a big plant. It died back, and I tried to save it using like 2 tiny cuttings, and it's grown so much. So this is my Aeonium tree, and my Peperomia orba, which I will cut back after this video because it's getting tall. And my Peperomia piccolobanda, just a starter plant. I think this is a Peperomia rubella. So this was given to me. It's got like purple underside, so beautiful. This one I've never gotten to the point of looking at the name, but I think it's called a chocolate plant. It's a succulent, and I've cut up the top growth. So this is the lime version of the beer paw, and this is my spiral cactus. I don't know, it came to that point and it seems to be doing a different pattern now, which is not spiraling. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna let it do its own thing. And then back there is a Kalanchoe Fedchenkoi, which I have pruned back recently. So that's all we have here on this window. So that's what we have here, guys, on the living room. And then on this side here, I have a few. So hang on. So I have this aglaonema. It was struggling and I've decided to put it in water, and it's got a ton of roots down there. Another Sansevieria. So this was sold to me as a philodendron or a Monstera celtipicana. It turned out this is a Piper sylvaticum, which I don't mind because I love the leaves. Oops, a flower dropped. So this one did not do anything in the summer because I cut it back and it came to the point where it dropped all of the leaves. But once it started to get cold, it is now producing some beautiful leaves. So that's my Piper sylvaticum. I'm not sure, is that a Cymbidium orchid? I'm trying to save a aloe plant which my father-in-law sent to me the other day. And then I have these. Let's not get into those ones, guys. Those are my ring of fire. So I had the mother plant for nearly a year and it wasn't doing anything, so I've decided to chop it back, and I managed to get 3 cuttings out of it. So I'm still waiting for the plant to like produce as little shoots, but it's gonna take forever, I know. So this is a Stanleyana monstera. So my friend purchased a cutting from a seller based in the Netherlands, but the node was this short and then it started to rot on both ends, and I was doubting that I could save this. So my friend got one and she gave me the other. So it started in moss and it put out a really tiny side shoot but no root. So as soon as that happened, I transferred it in lacquer, and as you can see, guys, I see a bit of roots there happening. So I think soon, as soon as that leaf unfurled, I'm gonna transfer it in water. Some seeds from my father-in-law. He sent me a lot of pumpkins this year, and I'm gonna send him back his seeds. So I have some propagations which I'm gonna sell again, and some more cuttings back there, and a propagation from my Osnioides Tillandsia, and then it's backlit. This used to be on a west-facing window, so this is my string of pearls, and then it wasn't doing any well. It kept dropping off those beans, and yeah, so I moved it back here. So far it's doing a bit better. And my Christmas cactus, it bloomed early. Actually, it's now finished blooming. So those are the red ones, and I believe I have 3 different colors here. I have the white, and I remember putting a purple one there as well. So alright guys, that's the end of this houseplant tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we are now facing another lockdown, which will happen in 3 days time. So I hope you guys are doing all right and stay safe, hang in there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.